Benjamin Franklin is one of America's founding fathers and was instrumental in shaping many of the ideas that led to the formation of the United States of America. Like some other colonists at the time, he had concerns about the growing diversity of the 13 colonies, at a time when only a minority of immigrants coming to North America were British. In a manuscript he wrote in 1751, Ben Franklin warned about the dangerous effects of German immigration into the Americas. He did not want Germans swarming into the colonies because the colonies were founded by the English, and thus belonged to the English. The Germans had no right to come and benefit from the English efforts, and would corrupt the English character of the colonies with their foreign language and customs. It is quite striking to hear such a revered American historical figure, seen as so wise and influential, express such an ignorant and unfounded view. His manuscript was not merely a private muse. It was published 4 years after he wrote it and widely circulated, quoted by prominent Enlightenment thinkers at the time like David Hume and Adam Smith. Nowadays it seems ridiculous, as nothing negative came about from German immigration, but this type of mindset has been unfortunately common throughout the nation's history, continuing to this day with only the immigrants being demonized, changing over the course of time. Nowadays, Latino and Muslim immigrants are primarily the ones that are the subjects of fear-mongering, with cries about how they don't deserve to inhabit a country where they were not born in, and they will corrupt the character and culture of the nation. In Franklin's essay, he also talks about how the English are the only white people on Earth apart from the Saxons. This seems very strange to think about, but Franklin saw all other Europeans as non-white for their quote-unquote swarthy complexion, and he was not alone in that view. It was only over time that Anglo-Saxons began to stop differentiating themselves from other Europeans, assimilating Spaniards, Italians, French, Russians, and Germans into the quote-unquote white race, while continuing to exclude African Americans from that category. This speaks to the fact that race is a social construct with no scientific basis, and the boundaries of race change and evolve based on people's perception. Perhaps in the future, Asians, Middle Easterners, and Latinos will be assimilated into the concept of whiteness, while those of African origin will continue to populate the underclass of the racial hierarchy, as they have done in the United States for nearly 4 centuries. Although race is a social construct, it can have incredibly potent effects on society and how certain people are treated for the way they look. This can be seen in Franklin's essay once again, where Franklin states that Anglo-Saxons should increase their numbers by colonizing the planet and clearing out the American lands for settlement. Quote, "And so making this side of our globe reflect a brighter light to the inhabitants of Mars or Venus. Why should we darken its people?"